right on time then. So, this is how we're going to do this. So, I'm going to ask you some, if you recall, questions. Ready? Do you recall the day you came into court a few weeks ago, making us aware that you have started some type of career in management and that you were not going to be a part of the mess anymore, and to refrain from your name being mentioned in court because you have no reason to have your name mentioned? Do you remember that?
In so many words.
In so many words. Okay, you said you won't be in any mess, so there's no reason for us to say your name over here.
No, I said I was retiring the character Poozie Woozie.
You also said that. You also said that. Factual.
And I said that I did say that I would not be any content for MessyTok anymore.
Also said you, Poozie, I don't even know why your name is the liar, because you're telling the truth. You literally.
But no, girl, you go ahead, baby.
I'm just a little surprised because so far I haven't heard you lie. So you're making this quite easy. So that one thing you just said, the last thing you said, do you mind repeating that for the audience, for those who are new here? You said you wasn't going to be doing what?
I would not be being content for MessyTok.
You were not going to be content for MessyTok. So, can I ask you a question now? I just have a quick question. So, can you tell me?
That's what it is.
What is this?
Y'all coming up here talking to me like you fucking crazy, nigga. Is that your fucking show, bitch?
At that point, when that moment happened, would you agree or disagree that you became content?
I did become content.
I love to see it. That deserved a round of applause. It did.
And that, Bella, has been the first time that I have become content since I made the statement on the show a couple weeks ago.
Who is getting good? Wait a minute. Wait. So, and you're also admitting that is not the first time you've been the content since the announcement?
No, that has been the first time. Has been the first time.
It had. Thank you for the clarity. My apologies. Ooh, because girl, you almost had me on the roll with that. Okay.
Now, I clearly went up because as a viewer to somebody whose live I support, I seen discomfort in the conversation that was taking place. And I went to speak to Bryson and got attacked by his co-host.
Oh, so now we're getting context. You were attacked by his co-host referring to Trina, correct?
Correct.
So now we're getting context for everyone who is not aware of why they were arguing. Now we understand. She came up there to ask a question to Bryson. Trina, being his co-host, intervened in that question, is what you're saying.
Yes, and as his moderator, she continued to drop and mute me.
Oh. Okay. That's interesting. So just for understanding, for purpose, I also heard you mention you were lied on. What was the lie, just so we're clear on that?
Trina insists that I am homophobic. And she also stated that I deemed every person that is a part of the community to be on their own island to unalive.
No dog in the fight. No dog in the fight.
when I was clearly stating nearly a year ago come next month that if I chose to find understanding in treating those people as if they are some type of experiment for my best understanding to obtain knowledge, it would be best for me to be able to visit each letter in the form of an individual island. Say it in layman's terms, if I wanted to know about a letter in the community, then I need to go to that letter, and I need to, I guess, take notes, study, take tests and quizzes and pop quizzes and all that.
Ooh. I'm going to pose the questions to the audience, but you're saying you wanted to go to an island of each letter so you can understand. Let me make sure I'm understanding what you're saying. If what now?
If I want to learn, I guess I'm going to say, if I want to learn how to become a member of a certain community, if I want to learn how to braid hair, if I want to learn how to dance, then I need to be going to instructors. And that's what I meant by that. If I want to be bi, then I guess I would have to learn how to be bi. So therefore, I would have to go to bi people and learn how to be bi, if I was interested.
I see where. Let me slow it down. And I don't want to do this to y'all. Please engage. I don't ask for much. Just engage, y'all. Help the live real quick. In order to learn how. I'm sorry. I didn't expect this to go the way it just went. In order to learn how to be bi, you have to go to a source, because there's millions of people in the community. You need to learn how to be like.
And you see how that makes no sense, Bella? You see how that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever?
But that's what you said, that you need to learn how to be it, to be out.
Because that's for me and the things that I've been through only on this app. That's how some members of the community make me feel. As if I have to study.
Someone who was a part of the community, Candy, wanted to come up. Candy, say anything. I need, Poozie, I need you to help me understand. You do know that when you are a part of the community, that is in you, not on you, right?
Exactly, Bella. Exactly.
What she's trying to say is, even though like somebody may be bi, she may not have the understanding of that actuality because she's not bi. So the best thing to her to do is go straight to the source and get information and gather that information and learn off that person.
So learning about the community, not learning how to be.
Right. I think she just worded it.
That's what's like. What did you just...
Right, I think she just worded it the wrong way. But what she's really trying to say is, like, if you want to learn how to dance, you're going to go to an instructor, right, to learn how to dance. If you want to learn how to speak Spanish, you're going to go to somebody who already speaks Spanish, who could teach you Spanish and get that information from. So if she wants to know about the LGBTQ plus I community, she's going to go straight to the sources of. If she want to learn about trans experiences, she's going to come to a bitch like Candy. She's going to go to a bitch like who's like me, right? If you want to meet somebody who's bi, maybe she'll go to Braid. If you want to meet somebody who's gay, maybe she'll go to Manny, right? So, like, that type of thing.
Yes, Candy. Exactly.
So,
Did we use different choice of words. I don't want the panel to get taken down.
No problem, my bad. But that's what she's saying. She's not really saying nothing wrong. All she's just saying is, like, if she want to learn about the community, go straight to the source and get the information from the source.
Like, when I have questions about the T part of the community, there's a content creator that I've been following since I came on this app. Shout out to Trans King. Very transparent, very open, an amazing content creator, an amazing live host, an amazing person in my book. And I not one time had to go on that person's panel and ask anything because I found that person interested off of content that popped up on my FYP. And from that day, I continue to engage and support. And not one time have I ever been judged by that person for just wanting to be a supporter of their content.
Okay.
Please tap the screen. Can we get the 400K likes quickly?
Understand something.
Why are you gagging?
So here's the issue. Again, no dog in the fight. Unfortunately, I can't speak to what I know because I am not involved. But this is why we allow the court of public opinion to speak to the situations. We have eyewitnesses. We have people who was directly involved. They're saying that that was not her stance last year.
Talk about the stance when she said to Peach, Icon. So I think she did. I'm not really sure what the verbiage was, but I remember her coming into my panel, after the fact and trying to explain it to me. So I got a clear understanding of what she meant, but I didn't hear the full clip of what she said, so I can't really speak upon that. So they might be right in the comments. That's probably not what she said, but right now what she's saying is what I'm trying to translate to. Maybe she's just saying it wrong.
Okay, so I got you. Because we don't want to get hung up, right? It's time for her peers to speak directly to her. So the purpose of the Poozie versus Trina case is because Poozie stated that she was being lied on by Trina. Trina stated that Poozie is homophobic, allegedly. As a result, it broke out an argument. On top of that, Poozie said she was being disrespected by Trina. She was being muted. She was being dropped. Okay. I'm going to pose the question to the audience. The first question I have to, because I didn't even know the reason for the argument. Again, we're all hearing this for the first time. Those who's new, I didn't know the reason behind none of this. Trina alleged Poozie is anti-LGBTQIA community.
So let me just say this. She might be, right, and I'm not saying she's not, but she might be, but sometimes people are that because they're not educated on it, right? So when you educate people on certain things, then they can have a clear understanding of what it is and now take away that ignorance from it, right? So some shit I'm ignorant to, right? And until somebody explained it to me, then I could be unignorant to that thing. So maybe that's just the case. Maybe she was just ignorant to the LGBTQ plus I community. All of a sudden she got more understanding, better education, and now she has a clear view and understanding of it, and now she's working on herself. So, that's just like half of America. Can we not say half of TikTok has said some transphobic shit to me? So is half of TikTok transphobic?
Well, we need to allow the people to focus on the case. We're going to pose the question that she is being accused of. She is accused of being anti-LGBTQ. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to be careful with my words. Protect the page. lie on Poozie. Red, yes. Blue, no. I have to pose it that way to protect the page. If I need to end the poll to start it over, let me know.
Started over because they thought you was about to say is Poozie have a phobia, and they started voting already. So I would say start it over and let them answer correctly how they heart really feel.
Yeah, I definitely I gotta protect my page based on the wordplay. Did Trina lie on Poozie? Now that we have the context of the argument, did Trina lie? Red, yes. Blue, no. Did Trina lie on Poozie? It's looking like a landslide, Poozie.
It's fine.
But at least we got the context now. We understand what was the purpose of the argument. I did not anticipate you coming in because, again, you said you want no parts, but you already understand how court work. Just because your name is on the docket don't mean you are required to participate. So
being that I'm gonna support you regardless every Sunday. Like I said, I got contacted by a moderator that I was on the docket, and I feel it's just fair for the people who don't really know me to be able to hear my side of it in court today.
Poozie, that is wise. The audience is always turning every 3 to 6 months. For those who do not understand engagement. So for some people who are here for a while, we always gain new followers or new people. So that was very wise, Poozie. So now that they have context listening in, it can give them a different perspective.
I have one thing to say to Poozie. Poozie, are you working on your allyship with the LGBTQ plus I community?
I wouldn't necessarily say working on it because I've already had it. So my affiliation with anybody that's a part of the community has not been affected. Nobody has turned on me. Nobody has stopped messing with me. Nobody has stopped supporting me. Nobody has stopped loving on me. Nobody has stopped checking up on me. Nobody has stopped congratulating me. Not the people that I affiliate with.
Well, my question is to Poozie. Do you still hold the same sentiments from last year that you held to this year?
That was directed to Barb and Peach, and we all have reconciled on that situation.
Well, I'm gonna be real, Poozie, because you know I like you, Poozie Woozie, but that's the problem. As a heterosexual person, right, you have to work on your allyship every single day, right, to have an understanding. Just like how white people have to work on their allyships with African American people every single day. So I think it's something that you should work on instead of saying no just because you have people in that community. Are you close with them? That means you're close with them, but are you working on it with everybody else? Like, i.e., for example, myself.
I went to a Pride event.
Well, part of it wouldn't make you work on an allyship, right? Like, you educating yourself each and every day to have an understanding about the community.
Oh, no, I'm not that invested, Candy. I'm not going to hold you.
Then the Poozie, unfortunately, I don't got your back now, girl.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm not finna make it. Like, I have a real life. I do stuff in real life. Like, most of my 24 hours in a day really go more to my job, and the remainder hours go to my children. The remainder hours go to my grandson and my granddaughter. So adding extra stuff on my agenda, maybe one day when I get my page.
Extra. I just think that's just something that you should just work on each and every day. Like, you wake up and, like, you know, working on yourself is just something you should just work on. Just, like, you don't have to, you know, but, I mean, you do what you want to do, Poozie. So,
I mean, I'll hold up when I get my page back, because this incident when Trina did give me a 7-day sit down. So I can see if it's possible that I could host a platform with something to help gain even more knowledge added to the knowledge that I already have. But again, for me, it's like the easiest way to say it is, if you rock with Poozie, you rock with Poozie. If you don't, you don't. Okay. If it's something that you want to educate me on, that you feel I have a lack of knowledge, I am open to all understanding. But at the end of the day, because I classify myself as a straight woman, I'm not going to go with my handy dandy notebook, taking notes on each and every individual person and what they do with their life. I just want to know, can we kick it and be cool in real life if we ever meet?
Hey,
can we be cordial in these boxes?
What's up, Drop Queen?
Good morning. You dropped Candy, but I did have a question for Candy. Good morning, everybody. I wanted to say, I think people are lying on Poozie. I don't know. One question I have is, why did that incident come up on that live? It's still not clear why that incident.
That's exactly the question that was written down by Miss Virgo.
Okay.
Because the co-host, thank you, Drop. The co-host Trina, and then there was another panelist, AJ, were explaining to the host Bryson where he could find his most pleasurable spot at inside of his anatomy. And the conversation continued, and even though he was making some faces, he was silently saying no, no, no.
But what they got to do with what you said last year?
I don't know, Drop. It was her defense to try to make me look bad in front of 700 people.
Okay, so she did. Trina, for instance, did bring that up on the platform, and that's what made you respond to
Correct.
that. Okay, thank you. Thank you for clearing that up. So you came up not to be content, but you came up to defend yourself, correct?
No, I came up to defend Bryson.
To defend Bryson, okay. And in doing so, they brought up transgression.
Correct.
Okay, thank you, because I was totally confused. And people are saying that they've seen you. I haven't seen you on any panels, so I think, not saying that you want to be content or whatever, I can say that, and me and you have our problem, but I'm going to stand on what's true. And I haven't seen you on any platform since Sunday. I have not. Maybe I missed something, but I think you're doing pretty good.
I've been on topic.
Keeping to your word.
Yeah. When people have a topic, like they may mention in the audience that they seen me on Little Touch's platform.
Mm-hmm.
And not one time did I engage in the dramatics part of that. Yeah, okay. She had a topic, and I was co-hosting for her.
Okay. Because I
dwell in topics. Yeah, I haven't been on messy.
So it wasn't really anything messy. You just engaging when there's conversation. I wanted to also ask Candy. She asked you a question. Were you working on your allegiance to the community? And I could remember when you went on that rant, you said, well, girl on girl porn turns you on. So I wanted to ask Candy, can that be considered some allegiance? And that's my last question. If Candy can come back and answer that. Candy, do you think that she has some allegiance to the community, since she openly admitted that she enjoys girl on girl?
I'm not about to play with you today. I am not about to play with you today. I'm busy to play with you today, girl. Not fucking today, girl. Stop.
Okay, sorry. I have one more thing to say. Candy, you did an awesome job up here. I wanted to commend you. You were very graceful up here. You were not only graceful with Poozie, but you were graceful in the way that you handled the conversation. You were respectful. You were calm. You were attentive and clear in what you were saying. You were more women than a lot of women I see on this app when it comes to how to communicate. You did an awesome job up here, and I really wanted to give you your flowers for doing that, because when people come up here the way that you did, with a sense of humility, and that I really want a person to have this conversation with me, we can get further on this side of the app when people do it as you did. So I really want to give you that. But I still want you to answer that question. She is alive, baby. She like that girl coochie eating. Bye-bye.
I mean, coochie is coochie, girl. We all like it, period.
I mean, I do love mine. Let's not don't get it twisted. I love mine with every fiber of my being. But no, Drop, I have been on a different type of journey with my life, and I have not engaged in any corn sites. Roughly coming over about a year and a half. It's coming to a year and a half, I want to say. It's been a while since I've even typed those letters into my search engine to engage in any of it. And that's just something personal with myself and my spiritual beliefs.
You know why?
Other than that, having recognize in the community still personally won't make or break me, because I'm no longer pushing forward to be a big content creator. I'm just a person that goes live on a platform whenever I feel like it because I'm bored. Hence my title to my live say bored.
So if you need to go to work now, Lincoln gonna take y'all, or y'all waiting on somebody else? Well, yeah. Oh, so they take
okay.
So like if I was trying to be big still, Bella, then yeah, I would definitely be taking heed to Candy's advice. But what's for you is for you, what's not for you is not for you. And unfortunately, I have allowed myself to be deemed as a MessyTok creator that has honestly destroyed my platform. So now I'm just a person who hosts 4 or 5 people who are bored.
Okay, got you. All right. Well, again, I always appreciate you coming to support Accountability Court. Thank you for the context.
Thank you for having me up.
Absolutely. You enjoy the rest of your day, Poozie.
Likewise.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that was interesting. But I will say this, y'all. Might not agree with what I'm about to say, but I will say this. Allow people the opportunity to have grace for change. Some people can have a mindset of things for a long time, and until they want to learn, because you can be sitting in the classroom. Let me help y'all understand what I'm saying. You could be sitting in the classroom with a teacher who is providing the lesson, but if you are not willing to learn, the information is going to fall on deaf ears. But again, what do I know? That's just some of the things that I learned as life went on. Sometimes we can be stuck in our ways and stuck in our mindset until you are willing to learn and break those habits, change the way you think. It's all in the mindset. Someone said, an example that was given in the audience, it says, Trina was in her predicament. I'm not going to be specific, but it says she was in her predicament the same time Poozie was. But Trina is a perfect example of change. When a person is ready to change, they simply will just do it. That was a perfect example. God be willing to want to change, willing to want to learn. Me personally, when y'all ask why I don't speak to this and speak to that, because I cannot talk to people that's not willing to listen to understand, willing to learn. So, I do just like this, I do just like this, and leave it where it's at. Now, you willing to listen to understand, willing to learn, or we can have dialogue all day long. But recognizing the people I'm interacting with, I just simply don't bother.
Bella.
Yes, ma'am.
The Missy won't let me not live this moment out. People comparing me and Trina's situation is great, and it makes me feel amazing. Because within the same time frame that me and Trina was both in the same situations last year, again, I've been sitting in my own house for about 3 months now. I have been working my jobs uninterruptedly. Okay? Comparing me to her, a person who had a person to help them to get to where they are, versus me being the independent woman that I am that has me where I'm at, to me, shouldn't be a comparison. But I do appreciate the fact that everybody think they know what's going on in Poozie life. We have cammed up. We have showed the hair getting done. We have shown bits and pieces of me adding that makeup stuff to my face. I've done a lot of stuff to show you people the things that you want from me. But what I love most about me, at the end of the day, I get my own ass up. And I put my own roof over my children's head. And I buy my own shit with my Walmart orders and my Amazon orders. Okay? I had 2 things purchased off a wish list, a crock pot and some plates. And a crock pot holder, 3. Okay? Everything that I have, everything that I'm getting, and everything that is to come. It's all off the sweat of my back. A handout versus a hand up should not be compared. But since we all have been congratulating Trina on her journey, I'm going to continue to congratulate Trina on her journey. Because when I was her age, had I had that type of help, I probably would not have fallen off in my early 40s. Take heed to the people that you have in your life that are proud of the things that you should be proud of for yourself, and you'll have better appreciation for your journey. You won't have to use it. People won't have to try to use it against us, against each other, as a dig or a roast. Realistically, the fact that 2 single mothers have provided for their children and beat the odds of being statistics, we both should be being applauded. But I do understand where it looks better on Trina's end than mine. But at the end of the day, I hope nobody, remember last year I would always say, I hope you go through it. Well, this year, I hope none of you all have to ever experience anything that myself nor Trina have been through. But if you do, I hope you come to a source who has gotten through those situations.
Okay. With that being said, we are going to move on. And just a little word of advice for some of the audience members who may not understand differences, right? An example does not automatically mean comparison. We're going to move on to the next case. To the audience member who gave the example, thank you. For those who've been here and watched everything that's went on, it could have been anybody else that was the example. But thank you to that audience member who dropped that in the audience, because it was a good example. Now, this case I'm going to do is Peach and Laugh. Peach I'm referring to is Icon Peach. Thank you, Kadar. Icon Peach and Laugh is experiencing some discrepancies with one another. Yes, it's been a whirlwind of back and forth between the two this week, trying to get understanding of each other's thoughts and feelings. Peach has been going off the app for a while, so we want the opportunity to hear what Peach had to say and why Peach feels the way that he feels. So let's take a listen.
Lord, I was trying to let Lady May. She just don't know how to act. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Barbie. Hey, friend. You gonna get canceled again. You gonna get the truth alive and I had to take you alive. Oh.
Hey, Angel.
Hey, BB. I'm not gonna take up too much of y'all time, but enough is enough. Enough is really enough. I don't know who else talked live yesterday morning. I thought it was a very productive live. I was very proud of that live because I thought it was a lot of honest conversation. And you still have Barney Rubble jumping in these panels lying. Who's the Flintstone? Barney Rubble. That's what the Flintstone is, Barney Rubble. She just continues to lie and spread propaganda and keep up foolishness. Let's be clear. I don't have an issue with that lady. I don't have an issue with that lady. She was on her live discussing me earlier this week. That's what prompted all of this. I had no desire to go live. I wasn't gonna come on here playing with laugh. Like I know she tried to say I'm trying to use her for a storyline. Girl, I'm not even on TikTok like that no more. So definitely wasn't thinking about, oh, let me get on TikTok and beef with Laugh. Laugh was nowhere on my radar, if you want to be for real, for real. But the fact that you keep lying on me, and the fact that you're lying with a fat neck and a bald head, that's pissing me off. Because I addressed you yesterday, and I allowed you to go to Heartbreakers Live, and you went over there, and you lied. You lied. Because you said verbatim in Susu's live that you had 27 names, and I had been with 27 men. You was screaming this from your chest. From that caved-in ass chest. With them flat, sag-ass titties. You was screaming.
Y'all know what I need, right? Do I need to say it at this point? You know what I need.
And that you had 27 names and 27 men I had been with. That's what you said. And instead of you just saying, I was in my feelings, y'all, he ain't did no shit like that. You lied and doubled down on a lie and name dropped a man that you know is straight. You know that man ain't got a lick of gay in him. And see, my problem, I'm gonna tell y'all what my problem is with that. It's too much playing on TikTok. It's entirely too much playing. And I'm gonna try to say this as appropriate as I can be. You made up a lie on that man, and you don't know the man that you fucking with. You don't know where that man's mental is at. Now, if that man got in his car and came to Texas and did something to your ass, TikTok would be saying he was wrong for that. TikTok would be saying, well, why did he hurt her if it wasn't a lie? If it was a lie, why did he get so mad? Because y'all like to play them mind games with people. Laugh set up on panels in October, since you want to talk about the past. Laugh set up on panels in October and went on this whole press tour with Hype Mike and everybody else talking about how I was so predatory to men, how I'm so disrespectful to men, you know what I'm saying? How I need to be careful with men. You lied on a straight man yesterday, Laugh. What the fuck are you talking about? City life ain't never fucking touched me, bro. And you know that shit. And you doubled down and repeated that shit for motherfucking attention. You're a disgusting bitch. Sick sick of your dog ass, Barney Rubble. Now, when she said that shit yesterday, when she said that bullshit yesterday, if you can't tell she was lying, you just not that smart. Hey, friend, you just not that smart. So I was gonna really leave it alone. Cause TikTok been jumping, right? And I feel like this ain't even nothing big because me and Trina got to talk and get in a good space, and I was really happy about that. So I was really gonna just leave it alone and let it be. But then I was on YouTube. Is Baldhead in her? Hey, Baldhead. I was on Baldhead YouTube page, and I was listening to Adrena and Good Yellow. I'm like, damn, they was cutting up last night. I was asleep. I missed all that. I was asleep. And then I see a clip of $2 Live this morning. Laugh, you were up early this morning continuing with this bullshit. Say man, motherfuckers know me. They know who the fuck I am, man. You, girl, you are so full of shit. You are so full of fucking shit, bro. Laugh is an opportunist. Oh yeah, she going on a world tour. Anybody telling her that she can get on, she's going on a world tour. Then she had the nerve to say, well, so cold, not gonna say nothing, cause so cold, he just, he's so laid back and chill. Why do you want me to be sleeping with these men?
So I am Asia baby in the audience. When Peach said that Laugh is an opportunist, I am Asia baby, shout out to the vloggers, said they both are. Now that's a different perspective. And I would like to pose the question. So I am Asia baby is alleging that Peach and Laugh are opportunists. Do you think they opportunists? Red, yes. Blue, no. Are both of them opportunists? Red, yes. Blue, no. Well, I'll be damned, Asia. You never really know how your peers feel until it's time to pose these questions and make a decision. But if you want to know how your peers feel and what they think, pay attention to the votes. Oh, Rags LLC said most people on here are opportunists. All right, so the majority have voted that they agree with I Am Asia Baby, that Icon Peach and Laugh are both opportunists. Well, I'll be damned.
And Laugh, why do you want that? Because you don't have no receipts. Your lemonade was pissed, baby. I haven't touched a man on
damn, see, listen, this is why I like when y'all downstairs engaging. So, Hawaii in the audience said majority of MessyTok is opportunists. So I gotta ask the question. Is the majority of MessyTok opportunists? Red, yes, blue, no. Do y'all think majority of MessyTok are opportunists? Waiting for their moments. Oof. Well. If you haven't already, grab a daily heart me. We are at 400K likes. Now, understand something. I'm a part of MessyTok. So some people might feel like I'm an opportunist. But remember, guys, as I've always told you all, you are what you answer to. The majority agreed with Hawaii's statement. So if you know you're not an opportunist, then you will not be putting on shoes that do not fit. That's just simply how that works. I'm not sure who this is. But let's continue to listen.
Frustrated. I haven't been with a woman.
Sunshine and the audience say you have a court case show, Bella. True. I have a court show.
To me, you're the 1% that is not. I don't feel like you're an opportunist. You're just doing a job every Sunday like everybody else do every day of the week.
No, I wanna laugh. Hold on. All right. So I gotta, cause I'm in the mood to laugh. Cause I want y'all to see what kind of audience, how the audience can do certain things. Having a court show over here, right? I do my court show. Me having a court show, does that make me an opportunist as well? Red, yes. Blue, no. I'm intrigued to see the votes. Having a court show, does it make me an opportunist as well? Red, yes. Blue, no.
That's a good question, Bella.
Yes. See, I like when the votes are. It's going to go either way. I am truly intrigued. And we have less than 10 seconds for the vote. Majority voted. Me having a court show makes me an opportunist. I would like to say this. I have the opportunity to take this platform and be on other apps, on actual TV. So if you voted red, I wouldn't disagree. I have the opportunity to be on other platforms. This is an opportunity if it was to go into the next direction. So, yeah.
And trans anybody on TikTok in real life. So why you keep trying to push this narrative is beyond me. So Cole ain't never did shit to your ass to be cool with you. But you still saying his name. City Life ain't never did shit to your ass. You still saying his motherfucking name. You don't know shit about nowhere from except for what I told your ass. You still back to saying his fucking name. And that man ain't even on TikTok. He's not even on TikTok. She told $2 this morning when Peach was saying certain stuff, all of the men started to disappear. All of the men started leaving because of the stuff Peach was saying to them.
Poetic, did you mean to request that, or was that a mistake? Okay.
Do y'all remember when I used to go live and I used to talk about Mr. Washington because I was talking about I had a crush on Mr. Washington? Do y'all remember that? And do y'all remember how Laugh used to sit in my pen